You're watching Coach Speak with Erik DeRoo. So 4 days out recruiting already, and here's some of my recruiting thoughts. The first, if you roll out to a game and hit warmups with your own speaker booming, I'm going to automatically assume you're really, really good. Your entire team's going to be really, really good. Let's say less than a handful of teams have done this over the last 4 days, but every single time the team that has done this, high expectations have turned into reality, the real deal teams. That's just the funniest thing. But I completely understand. It gets you hyped during warmups, and everybody has their eyes on you. So I'm cool with it. The next piece is actually a basketball piece. I was sitting there watching a game with my head coach yesterday, and one of the players that we used to recruit, she actually committed somewhere else, was attacking the paint and kept trying to finish off of one leg in the paint. And sometimes it was great, and other times it was kind of chaos. It was all over the place, all over the rim. And I turned to my coach and said, hey, this is one of the things I've noticed over the last 4 days is a lot of high school players are just trying to bully their way to the rim and launch themselves off of one foot. And in reality, the best players I've seen, if they don't have the advantage to go off one foot to finish, they gather off two and start working a pivot foot to get a better angle to finish. I want all players to know that are watching this that it's okay to finish off 2 feet in the paint. You can rise up and shoot it just a basic 4 foot jumper. You can step through to a layup. You can, if your coach allows it, hit a floater. But just because you got to the paint and are going full speed doesn't mean you have to force a shot off of one leg. The next piece that I thought of over the last few days is the recruiting piece of July recruiting and the inability for us to communicate with athletes during this time. Obviously, we're scheduling off of our grid and off the tournament's schedule, but I keep going to events and I have games at 9, 11:30, 12, 15, like you name it. I have games that I'm supposed to go watch. But every once in a while, I have an hour or two that I look at the line of games, and there's not a specific team that I have to go see. Either I don't have a commit or a recruit on that court. So it's up to my interpretation to go find a game to sit on and watch if I haven't already eaten lunch or dinner or whatever it may be. Recruits, high school athletes. If you see me or a coach from your region, geographical region, within 8 hours, 10 hours of where you live, if you see a coach that you recognize at your event, shoot them a DM, tag them on a tweet, whatever it is, as soon as you see them and say, hey, coach, here's my schedule for the day. Here's the court I'm on at this time. I would love for you to come see me play. Are they going to come? You have no idea. I have no idea. They might already have a game for one of their committed kids, one of the kids that they're recruiting. So you can't guarantee that that's going to make them come. But what it does is if I don't have a game and I just saw that on my phone come through, I might go stand on your court for 5 minutes to see what you're about. And even if you're not a Division I, the major level talent, it now gives me more names to give to somebody else. I sit on baselines all day watching games with D2, D3, NAI, head coaches, assistant coaches, whatever. And I give out names all the time because I sit there and watch games all day. And I sit there and watch my Division I talented recruits, and then I see everybody else around. I don't just watch my player. I watch basketball. And whatever happens over time is I see players and I think, hey, that would be a good Division II player. Hey, that'd be a good Division III player. Oh, that'd be a great fit for this university because I've seen them play before. And I pass names on all the time. And so if you DM me and say, hey, I'm playing on court 3 at 12:15, would love for you to stop by and see my game. If I stop by and I think you're a Division III basketball player, the next game I go to, if I'm sitting next to a Division III head coach, I might pass along your name and you're in your AAU team and say, hey, if you haven't seen this team, you should go check them out. I will never say, coach, you need to take this kid. I will say you need to go watch him and see what you think and get your own eval. But I think that's a great resource for all high school athletes is if you see a coach from your region, just shoot him a DM and say, hey, here's my game schedule for today. Don't set it for the whole week because I work one day at a time. Most college coaches during the recruiting process work one day at a time, almost an hour at a time in some scenarios. So just shoot them your next game time, your next 2 game times that day, just to see what happens. So again, you watch Coach Speak with Erik DeRoo. See you again soon.